Hi everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavours for the 7th of March. We've got a 10 seal set. Timestamps will be in the description as always for getting to specific endeavours. It's going to be a bit of a weird one though, because 3 of these here can be done in your own home, so I'm just going to go through those, and as well as killing beef. I don't think this one's very good, simply because these ones here are just so much easier. PvP right now, Cyrodiil is like a quite low population, especially now after the PvP event has expired. And more people will be in Battlegrounds because of that Battlegrounds event going on too. So I don't really suggest this one. Alright, so we'll go through these 3 here. So we've got Furnishings, we've got 3 pieces of equipment, and we've got Craftful items for the Alchemy skill. These can mostly be done in the comfort of your own home, minus maybe a bit of preparation, especially for this one. So I'll just go through these 3 first. Placing furnishings, you can do this in any of your homes. I suggest you watch one of the new videos I've just made, the 10 setups. I'll link them in the description for this one, getting access to like the free houses, because yeah, you can get houses for free and they have an item in them that you can just pick up and place down in the way that I'm going to do this now. So all you need is just 1 furnishing. Pretty much any house that you get in this game, even the free ones, are going to have 1 furnishing. The free houses have like a little candle that you can pick up. So what you want to do is pick up the item, put it away, and at the bottom left you'll see it says undo. You just press that, and now you press redo, you press undo, redo. So you just keep spamming those 2 over and over. So that's what you got to do. So put the item away and then undo, redo, spam. That's what you got to do. So once again, one of the viewers came up with that one. That's great. So thank you again. You know who you are. Right, so the other 2 options, we've got Alchemy. So with the Alchemy station, I'll also link in the description for this, as well as the Enchanting one. I will put in the description the UESP pages for Alchemy and for Enchanting, and they will give you all the information that you need to understand how to craft stuff. I'll go through some very basic stuff on what I would suggest for this thing. For Alchemy, just make sure you do poisons, because poisons, at base, you get 4 items from a single use of a solvent and 2 reagents, as opposed to potions, in which case you'll get 1. So all you need is 1 poison, 1 solvent, and 2 reagents, whereas with potions you need 4 of each. So it's a lot more of an investment, whereas this one it's fuck all. So yeah, I suggest doing that. And in the description I'll also make sure I link or won't link. I'll put in all of the options I usually use, the cheap ones. For an example, Whitecap and Blue Entoloma. These 2 are super cheap, usually very easy to get your hands on, and that's usually what I suggest. And if you have a max level, it's really good, because Alkahest is super duper cheap. That's easily the cheapest solvent option for poisons. So yeah, use that if you can. If not, just get some Ica, because that's the level 1 stuff that you can still use. One of those 2 is fine. And even at level 1, you'll still craft 4 items, so you'll get the 4 items Alchemy skill done. So that's your other one. And then Enchanting, 3 pieces of equipment. This one's a bit slightly more complicated. So you need 3 types of runes. You need your blue ones, your square ones, you need your green triangle ones, and then you need a orange circle one. So 1 of each, and that creates your glyphs. So in the description, look, I would suggest, if you're not familiar with Enchanting, look through the UESP page. It will give you which things create what type of glyph, because there's different types. You've got the armor glyphs, the silver triangle ones, you've got the pentagon, like orange weapon glyphs, and then you've got the yellow jewelry glyphs. These all, you can't use a weapon glyph on a piece of armor and vice versa. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So what I normally do is I buy a bunch of Jode or Jorah. These are the lowest level, like level 1 runes you can use for any glyph crafting, and then all you have to do in that case is you can just go to any of your stations and just craft a level 1 item that you can enchant. Obviously you can just enchant over one of the items that you have, but I would not suggest enchanting over your good gear with like a very basic enchant, because yeah, that's not going to be great. I've got heaps of this stuff, so I'll just do that. Now the only issue with enchanting equipment is you can't put the same glyph on 3 different items on the same item, sorry. So you can't put a health glyph on a piece of armor and then put the same health glyph on it. You have to go different ones. So in that case, what you'd want to do instead is make either 2 of one glyph and 1 of the other, or just make 3 different glyphs entirely. So in this case, I've just got this. I know I've crafted an item over there, but I suggest using a weapon or a jewelry piece, because the runes that you use for armor are actually all a fair bit more expensive than the other ones. But it just depends on what you have available. Some things it'll be better off using certain things instead of others. So I'm just going to use my. I'm just going to use any of these items here, aside from my PvP stuff. So I'll just use Writ stuff. So what I'll do here is I'll just create 3 weapon glyphs. So we'll go 2 of weapon damage. Your screen will look a bit different to this, but it's the same. It's the same thing. I'll just go through some things that you do not want to use under any circumstance. So anything that requires Hakijo, don't use that. Anything that requires Indeco, where is it? Yeah, Indeco. These are also a fair bit expensive. Don't use those. Try not to use Oko because they're also quite expensive. And for the green runes, use Jojota, only Jojota. As you can see, they are significantly less expensive than Tar. Obviously, you can use Tar and it's fine. They're not that expensive, but yeah, it's just not smart to use them because these are your Writ runes. You can't actually use these ones here for Writs. That's why they're a lot more expensive, because everyone uses Tar for their Writs, so they're actually more valuable than these ones here. It's kind of weird. So yeah, don't use Hakijo. Don't use Indeco as well. And then try not to use Oko. These 2 are a little bit expensive. Rakeeper, which is fire, is also quite expensive. And these ones here are usually the cheapest because they're readily available, but you have to have high enchanting. Like this. Go enchant. Oh, is it not a... Oh. The fuck? It's a level 50 item? That's odd. I got that when I was CP 160. That's bizarre. Okay, I'll just use this instead. Unlock. Just wield it. Enchant. So you watch this. So I put the weapon damage glyph on, and the weapon damage glyph no longer appears. So you have to put a different one on for that glyph to be enchantable. So that's why you want 2 different glyphs. Because if you just craft 3 of the same glyph, it's not going to work. It's a bit weird like that, but yeah, that's crafting for you. So let's have a look. So yeah, materials, alchemy. This is where you find your stuff to use for alchemy. A lot of this stuff looks pretty... mountain flowers, not too bad, but some of this stuff looks pretty... Yeah, that's ridiculous. What I suggest is unit price. Make sure this arrow is pointing up, and try and go for things that aren't like ridiculously expensive. There is an add-on you can get called Tamriel Trade Center to know how much stuff costs, so you're not getting fucking scammed, because a lot of this shit tends to be like super expensive compared to what people normally sell that stuff for. So that's the alchemy stuff, and you can do the same with the poison solvents too. So you can just look up poison solvents, and yeah, there's some here, but you can do that too. And then enchanting, you can do the same thing. You can look up all the runestones. Again, you'll probably be looking around a fair bit to find some stuff, but yeah, that's how you normally do that. Now, alchemy, that's your only real option unless you go around and run around and pick up some stuff. But enchanting, there is a second way. So let me just show you that real quick. I suggest going to Addon, going to Vocal Guard, because this place has it's got an easy way to buy a couple of glyphs and then enchant them on something for free. The glyphs you have to buy, but the item to enchant is you can just pick that up. Alright, so here we are, Crystal Vial. So you come here, there's an enchanter here you can talk to. You can buy some glyphs from this guy. Now, if you talk to this guy with a level 1, you get the lowest level glyphs that cost the least amount of gold. So if you really want to save on how much you spend here, you can do that. But I'll be honest with you, 750, 1,000 gold for doing an endeavor in like 10 seconds or 20 seconds is real, like, good value, I think. Being able to do it that quickly. So as for an item to use, come upstairs where this lady is here. Just be careful when you're hidden. Take that, steal one of these staves here. It's probably best if she's turned around over here looking that way, and you can steal them easier. So when she walks over here, yeah, so she'll do that, and then you can just steal one of these. Either way, it's pretty easy to steal one without when she's not looking. So once you've done that, you just come to Glamour. Even if you get a bounty from that, they'll probably still talk to you, and no guards come in here. So buy the monumental ones, because usually these items that you steal will be CP 140, so they can't actually use superb enchant. Right, so I usually get a flame, frost, and a shock glyph. You can just get 2 of one and 1 of the other, but as I said before, but yeah, I'd usually go 1 of each. Right, so just put on your weapon slot. On the bottom right it says enchant, whatever that button is. It just allows you to do it a bit quicker as opposed to right clicking and enchanting it. And then just put my weapon back on. And that's it. And then you can just sell or deconstruct or whatever you want with this thing. And yeah, that's how I usually go about my day when these 3 come up. Alright, so if you want access to those crafting stations I have in my house, you come to Rolla Salalu. This guy sells you these things here. So you got the alchemy station, you just got the normal blacksmithing. The ones that cost 35 Writ vouchers are what you want. These ones here, they are set bonus ones. So you can craft things like Julianus or Order's Wrath or shit like that with one of these. But they're a lot more expensive and they require a lot more Writ vouchers. So most crafting halls have these sort of things anyway. So just having access to the normal stations I think is worth it. Now, it will cost you a couple of $100,000 to get all of these stations in your house, but if you're set up and you play this game a lot, it is probably worth it getting all this stuff just to be able to do this sort of thing in your own home. Yeah, so that is something you can do, and at the same time you can just pick up one of these items and put it away, and that's your furnishings endeavor done too. So yeah, could do that. Other than that, it's not too important though. You can just go to a town and just do it there. It just takes slightly longer, I suppose. Oh yeah, I need to buy these 2, don't I? So, if you're not sure what Writ vouchers are, when you complete Writs, sometimes you get sealed Writs. I don't know if I've got any... Oh yeah, I do. So these things here, for completing the objectives and handing it in, you get Writ vouchers. The more valuable the item, the more Writ vouchers you get. So you can do that sort of thing. That's very advanced crafting though. So yeah, it's not mandatory. It just allows you to do stuff in your home, and you can just buy it anyway. So yeah, and you could just like sell all the sealed vouchers or sealed Writs, and then just buy the stations that way too. So yeah, either way works. Alright, so now we're on to Beasts, the last one that I think is still worth doing. This one's also very, very easy, because there's beasts everywhere in Tamriel. Allets, wolves, bears, skeevers, things that are very common in most places. They all work. The only thing that doesn't work that probably is might be a bit confusing is Durzogs. They're considered reptiles. So a couple of good places that I would suggest... You can go to the starter zones. Ganathi's Roost has lots of skeevers, allets, and Kagoutis in it. Around the place, you can find a couple of those. You've got Bleakrock Isle. Up here, there's some wolves usually and some bears. Usually also along the coast. Up here, there's spiders. You don't really want to use those. Deathclaw's Lair. This has tons of wolves around it too, so you could use that. This also has skeletons, so don't bother with that area. In Grantwood, this area here has lots of censures and oh yeah, I think censures are the only thing that work in there, don't they? Everything else is like plants and reptiles and shit. So yeah, could use that. There's lots of them in there. Oradon, this area here, Shadow Grove, just west of Skywatch. You're probably familiar with this one now that with the lockpicking endeavors. This area here has tons of wolves and bears as well, so you can get them from there. There's all sorts. For dungeons, there's a couple. I will once again point out the Trusty Dusty Werewolves one. I will link in the description as well how to get here easily. I've just got my setups video for that too. And yeah, Skeevers in here, these guys count as beasts. And immediately when you walk in, there's a group of 5 beasts here. So that's usually what I suggest. Just kill these guys here. And they're all very, very weak to kill. So yeah, that's your beasts. And you know, there's so many other beasts here. And the reason I suggest dungeons more than anything is these are instant. So no matter what's going on with other people, if they walk into Raritor's 1, it's a different version of it for them. So they can't come in here and kill these things themselves. So you can come in here and just, whenever you're ready, these skeevers will be here and you just kill them, and then that's like, it's like another 20-second thing. So it's just very fast to do. So yeah, I do suggest that. The other dungeon that would probably be pretty good is Volenfell. After the first group of humanoid enemies, you've got a bunch of centaurs up the stairs to the right. And those are Cinch Lions, I think they are. Or Desert Lions or something like that. Yeah, they work too. And there's a big group of them too. So you could kill with them. Other than that, though, I think it's just making things too complicated. So I'll leave things there. If you've got any questions, as always, just let me know about any of this stuff. But that's Endeavours done. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care.